Like our kids' attitude and approach to practice. Unfortunately, we continue to have one of those years where it's just seems to be one thing after another with injuries or things that are going on. Shedro's father passed away Wednesday night, and that was a shock to him. And he's probably won't make the trip, and I totally understand that. And then JB gets the flu. And so we're not even sure who our quarterback is right now, but it's been one of those weeks, and it is what it is, and we'll go and our kids will play hard. I know that, and again, I like the way they've approached things. It's just I think that quarterback room's been a beat up. Wish Charlie was ready, but it just doesn't. He's struggling to get his mobility in his hand back, and Caden's still a ways away, and. So we'll see how JB feels, obviously, but he hadn't been able to practice the last 2 days or so. So it's presents some challenges for sure.
Is it Nate Hampton time?
It may be. Nate's got most of the reps, so we'll go with QB forward and see what happens. But again, I hope JB feels better, and I think he would, provided he has some energy and. From the flu and stuff, I think we'll be able to catch him up on understanding, but it's nothing like getting the live reps. So that's in Shedro. We had a good package for him, I felt like, and obviously if he doesn't make the trip, that was not a lot of work, but part of your plan was wasted in prepping. But totally understand that if he chooses to go away with his family.
Do you think he gets sick on Wednesday?
I think it was Tuesday night.
Okay, and then TJ Green, I guess
TJ's ready to play, so that's good that we have him back for sure if Shedro doesn't make the trip. So that certainly will help us.
All that aside, you kind of look at this game and your team's ranked in the top 25. That obviously brings some more attention, national eyes to the game. Playing an SEC team does as well on national TV. Is this opportunity something that your team and yourself is kind of primed for and looking to maybe see if this program can take another step forward nationally?
Yeah, I love opportunities like this, and I think our players will relish it. Are we at a point where we can go in there and compete for 60 minutes with a very good SEC team? I don't know. It's hard for me to judge that. Particularly with some of the challenges we're facing, but it's still nonetheless a great opportunity and a great experience. It's what college sports really. I mean, we've kind of, college sports is a lot of things right now, and sometimes we forget that it really should be about the experience that our student athletes are getting, and some of that's getting lost, unfortunately, in some of the ways that we're having to operate now. But at places like this, I think you can still have a semblance of that, and we've kind of taken that approach.
No one's really slowed down their rushing attack this year. They kind of do what they do. One thing I did notice, though, is just with third down, and their wins, they're 57% converting, and their losses, they're 40% converting. How important is it to get off the field on third down this week?
It's important in every game, and certainly in a game where you're playing a team that is deeper and stronger and more talented, it's even more important. I think that and red zone defense, where we hopefully can hold them to some field goals, would be critical in us staying close in the game.
You mentioned this season the resolve of this team, and you said that the team, what should be written about this team is resolve. Mm-hmm. Is this just going to be another case of resolve and grit?
Yeah, I think the story that we'll tell, we're writing the story. Obviously, every season you are, but the grit and of this team and toughness is it's pretty special. For them to be sitting here with the record they do, and I don't think I've never had to play more than 2 quarterbacks, and really have never lost my starter for a significant time in a season that I can recall. But I just think our team has got great culture and leadership and toughness.
Let's go online to Bob Holt now. Bob, go ahead.
Hey, Bob. Oh, you know, I am too, but it's not just us that has them, I'm sure.
I know you guys played Ole Miss last year, but for this year's team, have you guys done anything this week to kind of simulate a lot of crowd noise? Because I saw the biggest crowd that you played from is like 30-some thousand awake, and Arkansas, I'm guessing, is going to have, about 70,000.
Yeah, we've prepared just like I did when I was back in the SEC, and had all the Arkansas fight song and crowd noise and the woo pig suey and everything as loud as we could get it in our indoor and in our outdoor field too. So I think we're prepared for the noise. We'll see, obviously, but we certainly have put them in that environment to hopefully for them to handle it.
And then the number 17 on defense for Arkansas, Hudson Clark. He plays corner. He's played nickel and safety, and he's really graded high on the Pro Football Focus. I was wondering if you noticed him on film, what you think of him?
Yeah, I think he's a really good corner, and I think he does a good job, obviously, in understanding their whole defense because they've played him, most every position due to their injuries that they've had some throughout the year. But I think he's most natural at corner when I watch him. But very impressed with Hudson.
And then one more question. So your 14 guys been getting most of the snaps. You said Brewer. I know he played a little bit last week, but he's kind of regressed a little bit.
Kind of the same thing as last week. He tried it and just said, I don't feel like I can hold the ball sufficiently to function. And I thought he had a pretty good Tuesday, and then it seemed like it kind of swole back up on him again and tightened up, and just really hadn't been able to. Now, will it go down between now? He's going to travel. Will it go down between now and Saturday enough for him to feel like he could not hurt us if he's in the game? We'll see. But yeah, Nate has gotten most of the snaps the last 2 days, obviously with JB being out sick, but certainly not ruling out JB yet. And just hope he has the energy from being sickly this week.
Hey, thanks, Hugh.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Bob.
Let's go to Tom Murphy next online. Tom, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Hugh, good to see you again.
You too.
Quick question here. From the Arkansas perspective, their non-conference schedule this year was Cincinnati ranked in the opener, and then BYU, which had been ranked, you guys, and then they play Bobby Petrino. Can you imagine if you were still in the SEC? You're looking for a little break on the.
Yeah, we would have to talk about it. Who's doing that scheduling? we would have to talk about that, and obviously they fared well in all those games, but you certainly wish they were. I know the first three were not easy. I don't know about ours, but the first three certainly weren't easy. They had to strain some to win. So I know from living that schedule that you go through in that conference, you certainly don't. You wish you had a little breather every now and then.
Yeah, and then just real quick, your personal relationship with Sam. I know Monday you said not much, but what do you think of him as a coach and what he's done here?
I think he's a great fit at Arkansas. I think fit, man, at places is so vital and important, and the ADs that typically get that right usually probably experience at least some sort of peace among the patrons because the guy fits with that culture and with those people. And there's no question when you listen to Sam and his infinity for that place and the people, and is genuine. He's one of the hard workers and has proven it by going through the years and years of being an assistant coach. You got to admire that, and I just think he's a great fit for that place.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Coach, something else I was looking at too is that Missouri State game. They're up 10 in the fourth quarter, and then one of the things that flipped it on them was they give up that big punt return for a score. Is special teams in a game like this something that can positively or negatively flip it in a hurry?
Of course, all three facets, explosive plays can drastically change a game quickly, especially a punt return, something like that. So that's, obviously we're going to have to be on our game in all three facets.
Speaking of special teams, this game a little bit more special for Tanner Burns. He goes back to the place he called
Tanner,
home.
spent a lot of years there, and certainly will, be fine. I'm sure for him to go back there. There's Jesse Stones from there also, and obviously I've got some friends coming up from the Jonesboro area and different places. So there'll be some hugs and well wishes, I'm sure.
Anybody else online?
Yeah, I have one more. I don't know what your all's practice plan was for Friday, if you're gonna try to do a walkthrough, but I think the weather's probably gonna be pretty decent Saturday. It's supposed to be bad enough Friday that a lot of high school teams are moving their games to Thursday. Did you guys have plans to do a walkthrough at the stadium here, or?
Yeah, I don't.
Might have to.
Bob, I always do our Friday practice before we leave. I just don't like I like when I get on the ground where we're going to go straight to the hotel, go straight to our free-flowing evening meal and start meetings. And I've just always done that, and so we do it here before we leave, so we won't be doing it there. But I can't tell you how joyful I am for you to tell me that Saturday may actually look like a decent playing game, because I haven't experienced one of those up there yet.
Well, no, meteorologist, I think it's supposed to be okay, but Friday pretty much gonna be real windy and rainy and not like I say, high school teams are moving their games on Friday.
I hope we get our plane in there before it starts getting too windy.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Coach. Appreciate it.